The shoe store smelled like desperation and cheap leather, but nobody expected Karen to turn it into a war zone. By noon, she'd already made 3 employees cry, and the day was just getting started. It was a Tuesday at Step Savvy, a mid-tier shoe shop in a sleepy suburban mall. Karen, 47, stormed in with a pair of neon green sneakers dangling from her hand like a trophy of bad decisions. The shoes were scuffed, soles worn thin, and laces frayed, clearly used beyond reason. She slapped them on the counter, her voice slicing through the hum of pop music. "I need a refund. Now." Her tone wasn't a request. It was a guillotine. The cashier, Maya, a 19-year-old college student working to pay her tuition, blinked at the mangled sneakers. "Ma'am, do you have the receipt? Our policy requires." Karen cut her off like a chainsaw through butter. "Policy? Policy? I don't need your stupid policy. These shoes are defective, and I want my money back." Her face reddened, veins bulging like roadmaps to rage. Maya, trained to stay calm, offered a nervous smile. "Let me get my manager." Enter Tom, the store manager, a lanky 30-year-old with a permanent look of someone who'd rather be anywhere else. He'd dealt with Karens before, but this one radiated a special kind of fury. "Ma'am, I'm happy to help. Can you explain the issue?" he asked, his voice steady but wary. Karen's eyes narrowed, sensing weakness. "These shoes fell apart after one walk. One. You sell garbage, and I'm not leaving until I get a full refund and an apology for your scam." Her voice hit a pitch that made nearby customers wince. Tom examined the sneakers, noting the dirt caked into the tread and the stench of overuse. "Ma'am, these look like they've been worn extensively. Our return policy covers defects within 30 days, with a receipt. Do you have one?" Karen's response was a volcanic eruption. "Are you calling me a liar? Do you know who I am? I could have your job by tomorrow." She leaned over the counter, her manicured nails digging into the wood, her breath hot with entitlement. Maya, still behind the counter, tried to defuse the situation. "Ma'am, we're not accusing you of anything. We just need." Karen wheeled on her, eyes blazing. "Shut up, you little brat. I'm not talking to some kid who can't even tie her own shoes." Maya flinched, her face burning with humiliation. A small crowd of shoppers began to gather, phones creeping out to record the spectacle. The air thickened with tension, like a storm about to break. Tom stepped between Maya and Karen, his patience fraying. "Ma'am, please lower your voice. We're trying to help, but you need to calm down." That was the match to Karen's gasoline. "Calm down? Calm down? You're stealing my money, and you want me to be calm?" She grabbed the sneakers and waved them like a weapon, her voice a siren of rage. "I'll sue this whole store. I'll have you all fired." The crowd murmured, some whispering, others openly staring. A teenage girl in the corner giggled, then quickly covered her mouth when Karen shot her a death glare. "What are you laughing at, you little punk?" Karen snapped, momentarily distracted. The girl's mother pulled her back, muttering, "Just ignore her." But Karen was a runaway train, and no one could stop her now. Then it happened. In a flash of fury, Karen hurled the sneakers at Maya, who was still frozen behind the counter. The first shoe missed, smacking a display rack and sending a cascade of boxes to the floor. The second hit Maya's shoulder, hard enough to make her yelp. The crowd gasped, a collective intake of breath that seemed to suck the oxygen from the room. Maya stumbled back, tears welling, but she didn't cry out again. Tom's face hardened. "That's it. I'm calling security." Karen laughed, a sharp, unhinged sound. "Go ahead. Call them. I'll tell everyone how you rip people off." She grabbed another pair of shoes from a nearby rack, brandishing them like a club. "You think you can treat me like this? I'm a paying customer." The irony hung heavy. Those sneakers hadn't been paid for in any way that justified this chaos. Security arrived. Two burly guards who looked like they'd seen it all but still weren't prepared for Karen. "Ma'am, you need to leave," one said, his voice low but firm. Karen spun on him, her eyes wild. "Don't touch me. I know my rights." She swung the second pair of shoes, narrowly missing the guard's face. That was her final mistake. The second guard grabbed her arm, not roughly but enough to stop her. She screamed, a banshee wail that echoed through the mall. "Assault! You're assaulting me!" The crowd was now a full audience, phones recording every second. A woman in her 60s muttered, "She's lost it," while a man nearby whispered, "This is going viral." Karen, oblivious to her growing infamy, kept shouting as the guards escorted her out. "You'll hear from my lawyer. You're all done." But the real blow came when police arrived, alerted by a customer who'd seen the shoe hit Maya. After statements from witnesses and a trembling Maya, Karen was handcuffed, still yelling about her rights, as she was led to a squad car. The aftermath was quiet but heavy. Maya sat in the break room, clutching a water bottle, her shoulder bruised but her spirit more battered. Tom apologized profusely, promising her time off and a raise he wasn't sure he could deliver. The store closed early, the staff too shaken to continue. Customers left, some shaking their heads, others uploading their videos to X, where hashtags like Karen Shoe Attack were already trending. But the story didn't end there. Karen's outburst had deeper roots than a pair of worn-out sneakers. She'd been unraveling for months, her job was on the line, her marriage crumbling, her kids barely speaking to her. The shoes were just the spark, the store a canvas for her pain. She'd always prided herself on being in control, the one who got things done, who demanded respect. But somewhere along the way, that control had twisted into something ugly, something that hurt others and, ultimately, herself. In court, Karen faced assault charges. The judge, a no-nonsense woman with tired eyes, listened to her tearful defense about stress and unfair treatment. But the video evidence was damning, and Maya's testimony quiet but clear sealed it. Karen was fined, ordered to attend anger management, and banned from the mall. The sneakers, ironically, were donated to a shelter, where they found a new owner who wore them with gratitude. Back at Step Savvy, Maya returned to work, but something had shifted. She was quieter now, her smile less frequent. Tom quit a month later, tired of retail's endless battles. The store itself became a local legend, a place where the Karen thing happened. But for those who witnessed it, the memory wasn't funny, it was a raw, uncomfortable reminder of how anger can consume a person, turning them into someone even they might not recognize. Karen's story spread far beyond the mall, a cautionary tale of entitlement and rage. Some saw her as a villain, others as a product of a world that pushes people to breaking points. Her name became a punchline, but the truth was messier. She wasn't just a Karen. She was a woman who'd lost her way, and her explosion hurt more than just herself. What do you think? Where does the line fall between standing up for yourself and crossing into harm? Is Karen a monster, or a mirror of a society stretched too thin?